As to people down, you're an amazing problem solver, Lunara. Probably a well-honed skill from all your travels, right? Yet look, everyone tends to dump their shit on me and expect me to solve it. So yes, over time, I got good at it. You really know how to give people hope. Ever since you came to Natlan, I've been feeling a lot better about chances of winning this war. Ugh, big sneeze. You helped a lot too. You got them through the initial stage of panic.
Yeah. Honestly, Paimon was at a complete loss when she saw so many sick people on the hot air balloon platform.
Sneezing fit. Ugh.
We only found a solution this time because you kept her cool and took control of the situation. You deserve most of the credit.
Well, who am I to turn down such a nice compliment? Most people say the first step is the hardest, but it's not actually all that hard. Exaggerating the difficulty in your own head is where the fear comes in. I'll never get it. Might as well not try. I hear that kind of talk all the time. But if you break your goal into smaller parts, the first steps won't actually turn out to be the easiest. That's true. If something seems insurmountable, break it up into smaller bits.
Whoa, you're right. That makes a...
Sorry, I'm very heavy with my F today. Just like when I told you to eat less meat and drink more kale juice. Don't drink more juice. I mean, is it kale juice? Sorry. Okay, kale juice is probably fine. Depends on what else you're putting in it. But yes, you should eat less meat. Red meat. Less red meat. You probably heard that and thought, I can never eat meat again. I have to drink kale juice for every meal. I'll practically starve. So that's why Paimon was so against it. In reality, all it takes to start is eating 2 fewer servings of blazed meat stew and adding some kale juice for nutrition. That's it. It's not about making drastic changes all at once.
That sounds like something Paimon could do, but would that really change anything?
No, honey, your ass is still fat. I know you've just got padded clothing, but it's not doing you any favors. Consistency is key. You can't accomplish your goals in one fell swoop. You have to eat away at them little by little. My ancient name means power. Did you know that? No, I didn't. And I'm going to forget that. So everyone thought I would grow up to be this tall, burly, muscular warrior. But that's not what happened. A lot of people were confused and disappointed. My fellow warriors couldn't understand why I inherited that name over them. At first, I also felt lost. It was only later that I realized true strength basically boils down to problem solving. Physical strength is just a means to an end like everything else. I'm glad you realized that. That's a very important lesson to learn in life. So I began to break problems down into smaller parts. When facing an impossible situation, you just need to act. And if you fail, so what? That's just life. Anyway, that's what I've learned over the years. Maybe it'll come in handy for you someday. Well said.
Oh, well, when you put it that way, Paimon's almost encouraged to start drinking kale juice tomorrow. No, today. Paimon will start today. You're amazing, Aeon-san. You really make Paimon feel like she can do the impossible. Maybe your true strength is giving other people strength.
I don't deserve that much credit. You already have that strength within you. I'm sure you faced more obstacles than I can imagine during your travels, but you never gave up. That proves it. I bet I could learn a thing or two from you.
Aeon-san, bad news. Occult is out of control.
Gee, why am I not surprised? Stay calm. I'll be right there. Looks like the time for conversation is over. Come on, let's go see him. I was going to say something, but I've forgotten what I was going to say, so it kind of been too useful. Oh, I was going to comment once again on the fact that why is Aeon-san still not a playable character? She had a pretty big role in Chapter 4 of the Archon Quest, and now we're in the interlude of the Archon Quest, and she has an even bigger role, and yet she's still not a playable character. It's weird. She should have been a playable character when the interlude was released, the last patch. Please tell me you took his hammer off him at the very least. Nope, you idiots left him with his weapon. Jesus, you really have rocks for brains, don't you?
What are you doing, Occult? Wake up!
You're all stupid.
Don't you recognize us, my boy?
No, he fucking doesn't, man. Have you not been paying attention for the last hour? Oh no. Oh no, he's gonna start killing innocent people if he's seeing them as Saurians.
The abyss monsters are everywhere. Everywhere.
Which one am I? Am I one of the hill trails on the right?
They've taken over the tribe. No corner is safe. Did we lose the battle? No. It's pointless to think about that now. A warrior only has one job. Fight until the very end.
Careful! He's not himself! Okotlan!
Get back, she says as she proceeds to move forward. I don't think he can hear us right now. We need to get him under control. Let's go. So you think the way to get him under control is to beat the shit out of him?
So, you think
Sure.
we're abyss monsters?
Let's go for
Hey,
it.
it's okay! We're not the bad guys!
Come on! Give me your worst! Wretched abyss! Get out of...
Mom, Dad, are gone. This is my final battle.
Please, son. You've got to stop. You can't keep going like this.
Are you suicidal? Because otherwise, why do you keep getting close to him?
Wretched monsters. Give me my family back.
Look, Okotlan! That's your father! He's standing right in front of you!
Get out of my home. I'll never forgive you.
I don't get what the Traveler's doing. So Yansan's literally in the way and bracing the hip, which is a terrible idea. And the Traveler's what? Attacking him from behind with Animo? Okay. But the Traveler can use Geo. Why wouldn't the Traveler be the one who acts as the tank and just use Geo as a shield? Ugh, whatever.
I'm fine.
Although it was interesting to see her use Animo, because I don't think we've ever seen them use a previous element in any of those cutscenes.
Please, don't hurt my son. He's just trying to protect his home.
I'm not hurting him. I mean, the game told me to, but I wasn't hurting him. Don't worry, we'll figure something out. Got him.
But what should we do now? He's different from the other two. It's like he can't hear us at all.
Well, Paimon, the first step is to grab his fudging hammer so he can't assault people with it. Will it put him further into a despair? Probably, but it's for everybody else's safety. Are we gonna do that? No, look at that. You just gotta leave it next to him. Real bright sparks.
He keeps calling us monsters. We're basically enemies to him now.
And he sure knows how to fight.
Okotlan.
He has a fighting spirit, that's for sure. But we can't keep him unconscious forever. I need to think.
Abyssal corrosion syndrome.
Okay. Albuquerque. Snorkel. In the words of Riley Poole from National Treasure, I can do it too.
500 years later, and it's resurfaced again.
Ah! What are you doing here? I was like, the voice sounds familiar, but I don't want to make any judgment calls. It's the captain.
That voice, it's...
Il Capitano. Hi. I still love what you're wearing. I still love your voice. I think you're amazing. I hope you don't die in chapter 5. Because... Or, chapter 6, or, you know, Shenejnaya. Because I hear rumors, sir, that you're going to die, and I don't like it. So you've seen this illness before?
Direct contact with high concentrations of abyssal power causes irreversible mental trauma in most people.
Well, yes. And physical trauma.
The exact presentation will vary according to trauma level. Some will suffer from superficial hallucinations and maintain the capacity to perceive the outside world. In such cases, verbal and physical interaction can be used to break through the hallucination.
Okay.
However, there are also those who are so far gone, entrenched in hallucinations so deep, that medical intervention is the only option. That's why we developed the Drought of Lucidity.
It's so prevalent that you've actually made an alchemical product to remedy it. And if that's the case, when did you develop this? And why is like the entire tribe only hearing about it now?
The draft of lucidity?
I'm also going to point out there, Paimon pronounced it draft, which is how I would have pronounced it. He pronounced it drought, which is not how I would pronounce it.
It's a kind of medicine that can dispel the psychological impact of the abyss. The treatment comes with severe side effects, including chronic migraines for the rest of the patient's life. So, it's reserved for the worst cases.
Great. Well, have fun with that, buddy.
This man is a devoted warrior. One not easily swayed from battle. That is precisely why it's so difficult to pull him out of this hallucination. If you trust me to be true to my word, give him this.
Oh, it's not that I don't trust you. It's just it's shitty side effects for the rest of his life. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm sorry, that's
Wretched
something for me.
monsters! Setting up an ambush.
Now, question, Captain. How the hell do you feed it to him when he's in this state? Can I just throw it at his feet like a bomb and have it splash on him?
Give me your worst. It's either your end or mine! Hurry! He's awake!
Yeah, I got that, thank you.
Please, give him the draft. My son thinks he's alone in this world. In his mind, all his family and comrades are gone, and only enemies remain. There's nothing more painful for a warrior than losing everything you fought so hard to protect.
At the father's request, Eon-san accepts the draft from the captain and quickly gives it to Okotlin. Yeah, you
Monsters!
skipped the important step. How did Eon-san get close enough to administer it into his mouth? And without him spitting it out and claiming it's poison?
What's going on? Dad? What are you doing here?
Congratulations, you're going to suffer from chronic migraines for the rest of your life.
My head hurts.
Oh, it's going to keep hurting, honey.
I just had the strangest dream. I dreamt the Abyss took over the tribe.
It's all right, my boy. It was just a nightmare. Let's go home. You need a good night's sleep. But first, I want to thank you for saving my son. May I ask your name?
I hope you're going to tell me about the repercussions of what just happened.
Just Capitano is fine.
Interesting response.
I owe you more than words can say, Mr. Capitano. My name is Mune. You're welcome in my home anytime.
I think I've made the point before about my confusion about why the Fatui are using Italian names when they reside in Russia. Doesn't make sense to me.
Time to go, son. Can you stand?
And like, they're all from Commedia dell'arte, which is Italian. Why don't you come from some sort of Russian institution? Why Italian? I don't understand. I'll help you carry him back. I'm sorry, you're the size of a pea. How are you going to help carry this grown-ass man back to his home? Traveler, let's meet up later. I don't know why I've started calling her the Traveler instead of Lunara. I'm not quite sure what happened. There's no point reading that at this point. It's going to run out before I can read it.
Thank goodness everything turned out all right.
Hi, you saved the day. How did you find out about these people and why have you never spoken up about this problem before?
Think nothing of it. I agreed to offer you my aid, so this is merely a part of that duty.
I could listen to you all day, sir.
Besides, I care deeply about this land.
I know. It's very impressive.
Right. When we were with Moika, you told us you and your soldiers defended Natlan against the Abyss 500 years ago.
That's right. My desire to protect this nation remains unchanged.
I like how no one's questioned his age. Like, seriously. We all just accepted and move on.
When my platoon arrived in Natlan
Not us, I
500
mean the characters.
years ago, like you, we were true outlanders. But as time passed, I encountered the people of this land and witnessed their desperate struggle against the Abyss. Though many of the warriors were rash and inexperienced, they were steadfast and fearless in battle, willing to do anything to protect their fellow citizens, oftentimes with complete disregard for their own survival. Just as I fought for the glory of Conria, they fought for the survival of their nation. We happened to share a common enemy, so I decided to offer my aid. We fought side by side to the very end. I traveled to many places after that, but I never forgot this land. Even now, my work in Natlan remains unfinished.
Natlan hasn't forgotten you either. Why don't you want to use your name from 500 years ago? Because you feel it is no longer your name, or because you feel like you're no longer fit for the name?
It may seem difficult to understand, but the reason is really quite simple.
What is your name?
That name carries with it the glory of my homeland.
Told you.
And the honor of
He
Natlan.
feels like he's not fit for the name.
Yet, I failed to bring my soldiers home. And I failed to help Natlan defeat the Abyss.
What kind of names did the Kamrians have? I'm trying to remember. The people of the... Was it the underwater place? I don't know. They had Greek names. Do the Kamrians have Roman Latin names? I don't remember. Nope.
But that's not your fault. The Abyss is way stronger than any of us imagined.
You need not comfort me. I am no longer who I once was. Let the events of the past continue to collect dust in the annals of history. I will continue to help Natlan in my own way.
That's fine, but I want to know what your actual name was. It starts with a TH. That much I get. That's why I was wondering about what kind of naming conventions they use for the Kamrians. Because I'm like, can we guess his name? Like Theros or something? But that would be appropriate for the other place with the Greek-sounding names.
Like, with the draft of lucidity? Who knew you could make medicine? Were you a doctor before?
Please tell me you didn't learn from the doctor, because he is a dick.
The drought was Guthred's invention.
He's calling it drought.
He was a respected military doctor, as well as my trusted second-in-command.
What happened to Guthred?
We faced a similar situation to what you witnessed today. The endless battles against the Abyss triggered delusions among the soldiers, to the point where some attempted to kill each other.
Ah.
In order to develop a treatment as fast as possible, Guthred used himself as a test subject. He passed away shortly after the drought was complete.
Oh no.
That's who he was. Unrelenting in his pursuits. No matter the cost, no matter the sacrifice. In the end, he even gave himself up for a chance of success. I'm sure he would be pleased his creation aids people, even now. The Abyss has wrought enough suffering on this land. I sincerely hope this war will end soon.
Sorry, I was just very distracted the entire conversation, and I was doing a history check because I know I bitched about Auroran's the fly of his genes, and I'm like, it's just it wrecks my immersion of his character. And then I just noticed that the captain also has a fly on his trousers, and I was like, really, sir? So I decided to whip out my phone and Google when flies on pants became a thing. I don't have a distinct answer, so I'm going to read you the line from Wikipedia. The use of a codpiece, a separate covering attached to the trousers, became popular in 17th century Europe, eventually evolving into an attached full front or broad full. So sometime after 16th century Europe is when they had the first fly. But I don't have anything more specific than that. And so I guess it depends on what time period in history we're sort of basing this game and other historical things around. Because this game kind of takes it from weird parts of history, because you have Fontaine being quite modern, like almost French Revolution or the Industrial Revolution kind of era with a lot of its technology. But for the most part, it does seem quite mid-medieval, high fantasy, you know? Well, flies, so, no, that's, I don't really have a set date. The term fly wasn't used until the 19th century, apparently. I can't get a better answer than that. That's as good an answer as the internet is going to provide me with. I'm still displeased. I still feel like it's breaking my immersion, because you never see medieval pictures with flies on their pants. Whatever. Anyway, you were talking about some serious shit while I was busy staring at your groin unintentionally. Please the question. Yeah, okay, cool. No matter the cost, no matter the sacrifice. Huh. That sounds rather familiar. Ah!
Stop
Flashbang!
worrying about other people's survival, about their losses and sacrifices. You just need to win. That must be why I've returned. For this moment. Please finish what you set out to do, Commander.
Oh, that's right. I thought the name Guthred was familiar, but it was like, maybe I'm just thinking of somebody else. I'm not going to say anything, but that's why it's come up before. The soul that possessed Aurora, and it was Guthred, wasn't it? My balls.
You're more perceptive than I imagined.
I mean, it's her one redeeming feature.
However, some things are better kept secret for now. We may be working together, but our goals are not entirely aligned.
You suck. Can anyone ever just tell me the whole story? There's no need to be secretive, honestly.
What's with the secrets all of a sudden? Paimon's starting to think we should be more careful around you.
We don't have any secrets, Paimon. Well, I mean, I don't. Don't know about you.
I do not mean to jeopardize the trust between us. I simply prefer to keep this to myself, because it's a personal matter.
And that's why I want to know about it.
All I can tell you is this. Natlan may have survived the worst of the crisis, but the souls of this land are still not at peace.
They won't be at peace until the abyss is completely gone.
And that is why my work is not yet done.
Well, I mean, it's literally what he just said.
Well, if it's personal, then we'll just have to trust you.
Throwing around the T word, are you, Paimon?
If you have other questions, I'm willing to answer them.
I'm sure I have a bunch.
Wait, like anything? Paimon wants to know how you eat with the mask. Anything you want to ask, Traveler?
I'm thinking like some really super deep shit, and she's just like, how do you eat with the mask? Actually, there is something I wanted to know.
Natlan must pay the price for Mawika's use of the Ruler of Death's power. That price is death. And only Mawika's death can clear the debt. Even now that the war's over and the threat to Natlan is gone, it looks like that death is still set in stone.
Could the captain know something about the Ruler of Death? I might not get this opportunity to, again. I should ask him. I'll ask about the Ruler of Death.
In the garden cultivated by the gods, flowers and weeds grow side by side. When the weeds compete for nutrients in the soil, the gardener intervenes to inhibit their growth.
Yes?
I'm not one to pass judgment based on my own standard of right and wrong. But it is an undeniable fact that she is responsible for my suffering, as well as that of my people.
Yeah, that's when you say it like that.
If that explanation is too difficult to understand, allow me to show you exactly what I mean.
I mean, thank you. I would like more specificity, but why are you being so scornful towards me? What did I ever do towards you? If that explanation is too difficult to understand, like, it was a bit harsh. The harshness was unnecessary. What? Wait, we don't get to see it? The Curse of Immortality. I don't know what I expected, but this is...
The Ruler of Death can freely define the form of death, or grant immortality to anyone she desires.
Wait, hold on. The mask has black fabric here. But that's not on the mask, which means he's still wearing the black fabric over the lower half of his face.
Her power is a rule in and of itself. Faced with such an overwhelming level of power, it can feel hopeless to resist.
I don't understand. What do you have, like a decomposed face? I don't know what you're hiding. Are you like the Phantom from the Phantom of the Opera? You have like growths and malformations? Why? Why would you let the travelers see and not us? Ugh, rude.
But I am of the belief that, in this world, no destiny is unchangeable, no death inevitable, and no rule unbreakable. So, before the final moment truly arrives, we must fight harder than ever.
I don't feel like that answered my question even remotely. That had nothing to do with my question. And that's it. End of story. Okay, well, I'm so glad that your answer was useless to me. Thank you. And I'm so glad you revealed your face in a way that I can't see. Thank you. Hey, Lunara. Paimon. Sorry, hope I didn't interrupt anything. After helping Ocotlin back home, I went on a small walk and happened to run into a messenger from the Signs of the Canopy. He's been looking for you everywhere. You mean the dude I literally just passed you seconds ago? Yeah, okay, cool.
Oh, did something happen?
Apparently, Shalonen's ready to start forging your ancient name. She needs to check the progress of the Pilgrim's Chronicle. The device she gave... Yeah, I haven't developed any extra points of awesomeness since I last played the game, so it ain't great. She invited a bunch of people to be there, including me, so let's head to the stadium once you're done here.
This is a critical time for you, Traveler. It's best not to delay. So let us end our conversation for now. Best of luck to you all. Goodbye.
Bye. He's so dying. What a mysterious guy. Still, he doesn't seem quite as intimidating as before. We're basically comrades now, right? Anyway, let's head to the stadium. We shouldn't keep everyone waiting.
So in the end, the captain still hasn't told us his real goal.
I mean, pretty much, yeah.
He kind of reminds Paimon of someone we met recently. Oh, right, the Lord of the Night! They just seem so tired, you know? Since they've both been alive for many centuries, do you think that's just what happens when you've been alive for too long?
I don't know that it's specifically that they've been alive for too long. I think more specifically, it's that they've been alive for so long, living through such trauma and angst and tribulations that's just worn them down until they're ready to say enough. That's what I think it is. This is a strange
Thank you for
view.
completing
I'm pretty sure this is the second time we've had that happen. Thanks. Oh, we are so going nowhere on this battle pass. So where specifically do you want me? Is that the chamber? Nope. Let me just go right out the front and you can tell me where you want me to go. V. What? You almost hit me. Has it always been here? Have I seen it before? Probably.
Sure took your sweet time.
Bite me.
Wretched scoundrels! How dare you keep the almighty Dragon Lord, Kahola
I
Hal,
can't even
waiting!
skip it.
Kneel before us and apologize, or we'll...
Don't listen to him. We just got here too.
Nietzsche, Kachina, Mualani? Whoa, everyone's here!
Reunited at last. Did you miss us?
You? No.
I brought candy and cookies to share.
But Katina I did. She's always so adorable.
Of course we missed you. Ooh, you brought Source crackers too? Score!
Isn't that saurian food? Kachina's like a cooler version of Klee. Like an older version of Klee.
Ah, just in time, traveler. It's so stifling in here. I was just about to go outside to get some air.
Oh, you'll survive.
It's the same temperature outside. Anyway, how was the trip here?
A plus Auroron. Pretty smooth.
To be honest, I also didn't expect this many people to show up.
I am beloved of everybody in every nation I go see.
A third of this amount is more than enough for my plan.
Why do you need them here?
I need to ask them about you, gather their thoughts and hopes. That will help the formation of your ancient name.
Yeah, but now you get double the power, so it should be a super sweet name, right? Are we even gonna like get like a name, or is it just gonna be the Traveler?
Oh, you brought the Pilgrim's Chronicle, right?
I did.
Yeah, let me take a look.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not great at all.
Okay. The progress looks good. We have enough people, so let's get started.
If you say so.
Sorry I'm late.
Jessica.
Chaska showing up late for something? That's a first.
Her sister just cocked it. Show some goddamn compassion.
I had to follow a group of monsters further than expected. When I got back, I heard about what you did for my tribe. Thank you.
You're welcome. Haha, Lunara deserves most of the credit. Why do you keep doing that? You contributed a lot. Plus, if it weren't for your help during the battle, the Collective of Plenty would have suffered a lot more. We had the manpower to spare, so it's only right we'd return the favor. We were just doing our part.
Okay, let's save the pleasantries for later. Everyone's here, so let's get started.
What a large cast of people. Why are they all female except two?
All right, let me remind everyone what's going to happen. I need each of you to stand before the Pilgrim's Chronicle and share your stories about the Traveler.
Do they need to be vocal, or can they just say it in their head?
Your words will be recorded and become a part of the Traveler's ancient name. Any, questions?
But that kind of summed that up, didn't it?
All right, then to start things off.
Hold on. Remember what we discussed?
Oh, right, I almost forgot. Traveler, Paimon, you can't be here for this part.
Aw, is Silali shy?
Huh? But why? We want to hear what everyone has to say.
I need people's true thoughts and feelings. It's best if the subject in question isn't involved.
I agree.
It's much more difficult to express those feelings to someone's face. People get shy in those situations. It's just how it is.
You're right. Just like when Paimon doesn't have enough more to pay for her meal, but she's too embarrassed to tell the traveler, so she has to make up some excuse.
You don't even have any money, Paimon. And Paimon, I don't think that's the same.
So basically, you want us to leave the Pilgrim's Chronicle here and wait nearby?
Oh, don't worry. This shouldn't take long.
Okay.
Everything Shilonen said made sense, but did you see Lolly's reaction back there? She was definitely the one who decided we should leave.
100%.
But staying out here is just making Paimon even more curious about what everyone's gonna say.
Don't you dare go eavesdrop.
Anyway, you're gonna have an ancient name soon. Ooh, that's so exciting! Feels like we've been in Natland for quite a while already, doesn't it?
Am I the only one who's hoping that the ancient name fails? I mean, it has to succeed because the Icon Quest Chapter 5, you go down into the abyss, I assume. So it has to work, or into the Night Kingdom, wherever the hell we're going. I've completely lost track of where we're going at this point. So obviously it works, but like the way it's been built up right here, I'm super hoping for it to fail and that it has another twist in the plot. We've been traveling together for even longer.
You're right! If only Paimon could say a few things about you in there.
Well, looks like you're about to have that chance.
But what does it matter? She's not Natlanese. So I don't think it's going to count, is it?
Shilonen, is everything all set?
Almost. We're just missing one last thing. You've been by the Traveler's side the longest, Paimon. We need to hear what you have to say.
She has codependency issues. I wouldn't ask her for her opinion.
But Paimon's not from Natland.
That's what I said.
Oh, it doesn't matter. As
Really?
a Traveler's companion, your contributions are extremely important. You're the perfect person to finish the story.
Yeah, see, I disagree with that. This entire thing has been problematic because the Traveler is not from Natland. So I would think that everything tied to the ancient name must be grounded in Natland. So having Paimon come through for the final bit, I don't agree with that. That sort of flies into the face of everything that we've learned about this process.
Sorry, Traveler. I just need to borrow Paimon for a second. It should be quick.
Why are you apologizing to me? I'm not the codependent one here. Despite Silonen's assurance, quite a lot of time seems to pass. Yet probably because Paimon's a bit wordy. That took longer than expected.
Paimon gave us a
Told ya.
lot. Whew, and I mean a lot of information. I'm not even sure the Lord of the Night managed to get all of it.
Well, we've been to 6 nations already.
True.
Here, you can have the Pilgrim's Chronicle back. I'll need it when I forge the name, but you can continue your adventures in the meantime.
So you're not forging the name right now? Then why are we here? What are you doing if you're not forging it here and now?
And when the time comes, I will forge you an ancient name unlike anything that's come before, so that you, Moeka, and Natlan as a whole can finally put an end to this endless war.
Yeah, I don't get why you needed to do something now if you weren't actually crafting the name now. That's just weird. That's just a weird way to finish that. That doesn't make sense to me at all. Not even remotely, but cool. It's done. New quest, Subterranean Ruins. Wait for 2 days. Ooh! What did we do? The hand of Uezo, filled with strength and power, as extended to all who are lonely and sorrowful. Oh, that's Ian Sun's, I'm assuming. Well, that's nice and all, but we have a lot of gaps. I'm going to assume that doesn't matter. Yay! Rewards. I like rewards. Incandescent Ode of Resurrection. Well, as much as I'd like to start that now, I'm afraid if I do, I'm not going to want to stop because I want to keep going with the plot. But then I'm going to be going too late and I need to work tomorrow. So the crucial moment is fast approaching. You should get some rest today. Yeah, well, part of me is tempted to do this quest in between. Because I'm petty like that. You know what? I'm not ruling that out. I am not ruling it out. I will consider it before when I play again. Whenever that's going to be. Hell, might even do some beetle battling. Just cause. I mean, actually, in all seriousness, I probably will because it's only got 7 days left. And the next time I play is probably going to be right on the cusp of those 7 days. Was there anything else that was timed in an interesting fashion? Oh, it's not timed. Oh, it's not timed. So, I mean, isn't it though? Why is it blue? I don't know. That one worries me. I might do that one as well. Just to be safe.